What does this world have to offer you that could come close to the price of your soul, that could come close to the price of your individuality, that could come close to the price of your dream or yourself ever coming into fruition into this world? Every single day we limit ourselves on so many different levels for so many different reasons, but most of that all comes from the base root of fear of judgment, fear of loss, fear of persecution, fear. We all live in it. Why continue? Why go forward in that feeling? The only way to conquer fear is through courage. Courage is the scariest and hardest thing that you can acquire inside of your soul, inside of your heart, especially if you're not born necessarily the most courageous. Everybody has courage in different areas of their life. Some people are courageous to jump out of a plane, but they won't go and speak in front of a stage. Some people, they have courage to speak in front of a stage, but they wouldn't jump out of a plane. But all types of fear, they limit and they do control you. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I don't still live in forms of fear. I still do have fear in my heart, but the fear in my heart is much less than it used to be, and it's a process of every day working to be more genuine and care less about what other people think. And it's the craziest thing, because a lot of times we think so much that the world is going to judge us for who we are if we show them who we are. There is times that can be the truth, but what I've seen is people appreciate me much more for just being me. And I think that's the common denominator that you'll see in most situations, because a lot of people, all they're used to is being around fake people that lie to them, people that are not straightforward, people that try to twist and manipulate truths. And they do all these things out of fear. And so when you can see someone that doesn't live their life in fear, it truly can change you even as a person. I just want to be the example to lead forward for the people that might not be in certain positions that I'm at this time. And I'm not saying that I have attained some truth that's beyond truth. I'm saying that these are basic truths that if you just dwell inside of yourself, you'll find with or without me. But at the same time, there's so much noise in this world. We're constantly getting bombarded with energy from things that could be unfortunate, things that could be fortunate. You stuff on the news, the game, even just fear, what's going on, the current climate of events and everything, which causes me most of my fear now. Honestly, just to fear a lot of what people thought about me, fear about death. And now a lot of my fear just comes from thinking that I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to complete my mission at this point. But at the same end, I can't let that limit me from putting in the effort, because I really do believe no matter whether you do what you set out to do 100%, trying is a noble thing and not always going to hit the mark. But you're going to put that energy out there for the next person to see. And it's encouraging to see people try. It's inspiring. You know, some people, they'll say, the world is shit, so I don't really care if I do certain things like this or that because it's already bad. There are people, they'll say, I don't want to be a part of that, I'm gonna add to it, but I'm not really gonna push anything further. But when you go to the next extreme and you start pushing the needle further, I guess, then what can happen is you might not realize the impact that you're making in the world, and you might not even make the biggest insane impact just through you, but the people that you do influence, you never know the grand scale of what that can change, and not even just in our lifetimes, and then the next life and all that different stuff. Spartacus is a story that is about a Roman gladiator that was a slave, and he didn't want that. He didn't want to kill, so he didn't want to live a slave, and he didn't want to kill for no reason. So he got his people together from the gladiator Colosseum, and he got them to revolt and fight, and he went from Colosseum to Colosseum, and he freed all these slaves. And his wife was a prostitute, but he didn't judge her for the fact that she was a prostitute, because he knew the circumstances and situations that she was put in. She was a slave too. She didn't choose that, just like he didn't choose to kill, but he did choose to take action, even in the most dire circumstances. Like, what would anybody have done in that situation? Like, really you doing anything at that point is almost certainly going to mean death. But the fact that he just did that, it's so inspiring to me, because it shows that, like, what I talk about, the indomitable human spirit, and like that shit echoes, bro. It echoes all the way to the day, and that vibration has hit my soul. And I look up to that, man. And it's just like, for me, so like, even if like I was to die in the act of trying to do something that I basically had a certainty in my heart, I was like, I'm probably gonna die. All I would hope at least is that I could influence later generations to do the same. And it's not because like I'm saying get yourself killed and shit, bro. Until the moment that humanity stops living in fear, things aren't gonna change. Throw a pebble at a dam, you keep doing that over time enough, you're gonna crack it. It shows the smallest forces, like, enough time, they're gonna cause something. And a lot of times people don't see the true value behind the grander picture. And we're all so focused on the mundane, we're so focused on the right now, like what's going on right here in this place and this moment. But for us to truly live a fulfilled life, we need not to just look at the past or the future or the present, but we need to see all of them intertwined into one, because the past has a lot of meaning. The future is all about what it can become, and right now is just about what we can do in this moment. But if we're just like, we're so weak because we're here in this moment, it's because we're not tying in the future and we're not tying in the past to see that this shit has been happening for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, man. Like, literally, it's never not been happening, bro. Humans have never not been doing this shit, bro. They've never not been fighting. They've never not been getting smarter, fucking spreading wisdom, religion, philosophy, like love, hate, everything, dude. And you know, I say that there's cycles to everything, dude. And you look at the yin and the yang, there's the good and the bad, and the bad and the good. Right now, I believe we're in a dark time, and there's not really, it's hard to see the good, but, and if you don't focus on it, you know, if you really do, you can see this world. It's such a beautiful place, man. It really is. But I am aware enough to see that at this point right now, the darkness is the majority. And I hate to say that, man, but the things at play right now are very, very wicked, dude. And most people, they do not understand the grand scheme of what's really going on here right now. And it is some sick, twisted shit, bro. This is on such a higher grand scheme. It's always been like this, you know? It's always been like, the world has been controlled by a few different people with wicked intents, you know? But at this point, we're coming to a point where it's not just gonna affect like this race of person or this class of person or this segment of the world. No, this is like every single person at the same time, every single race, every single religion. We're all in the same boat at this moment. And what's about to come is absolute chaos in the highest form. And I don't want to strike fear into your heart. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know? I'm gonna tell you the truth because I care about you. I want you to become aware, because as I said in other videos, the unaware are the lost. The lost are the damned. You're fucked, dude. If you don't know what's going on, if you don't even have an idea of the current situation of like where you're at in this world and where the grand scheme of this world is headed, bro, not only you are fucked, but your mom, your whole family is fucked, bro. And I love my family, dude. I love my friends. I would never want anything to happen to them, bro. And I love people in general. So like, I see these people, bro. I go places. I'll go Walmart. I'll go here. I'll go there. And I just see people, bro. I see them with their families and shit, bro. And it breaks my fucking heart, dude. It literally breaks my fucking heart because I see that shit, bro. I see the love in their eyes for their families that they have. And I know that it's the same love that I have for mine, bro. And then there's this group of people, bro, that they don't have love in their hearts, bro. All they want is hate for not only like us between them and this and that and shit, but for everybody in all places and all times, bro. You know? And they want absolute destruction. So where I'm coming to with the shit, bro, like I know I'm just yapping with the stuff, bro, in a sense, but fear is gonna stop you from even embarking on the journey in the first place. If you're so scared of what the world could even show you in the first place, of like, you're like, fuck, I would rather just kind of like stay in my perception or my paradigm of where I'm living right now, because at least like I have some form of like stability right here, you know, that like if I learn more this new information, it might cause me fear, you know. But the thing is you should be scared, bro. You should be scared of not knowing. And like, some fear is good. Like, that's what I'm saying. Any fear that pushes you to move forward, that's good fear, bro. But any fear that holds you back or pushes you to stay the same, that's bad fucking fear, bro. Because it's negative fear. It's like how it is in life. Like, everything has a positive, everything has a negative, bro. You're never gonna find an absolute. You like, just like love, bro. Love has fucking destroyed me, man. It ripped my heart to shambles. It made me hate people, bro. Because a certain person could just betray me so much and make me feel so like less than, dude. Like, and you don't understand that shit, bro, because like when you're seeing it from the smaller picture, you think about just that person, man. But when you see the bigger picture, it's not about that person, bro. It's about every single motherfucking person. Pardon me cussing, bro. I'm just getting passionate. Every person that has ever played an influence in that person's life has led to that person being who they are and the decisions and how they see the world and how they treat you. So it's just like when you take a step back, bro, it's not so personal. And you see that inherently people are fucking, like I said, they're scared. Not only are they scared, they're hurt, and they live in illusions, and these illusions lead to them self-destructing, not only themselves but the people around them. They can't even invest in real love, dude. And what I can say is this, bro, is love is a beautiful thing, bro. It's the most beautiful thing you're ever gonna see in this world. But also, love leads to a lot of hate. It leads to a lot of death. And it's the same thing like what I said with fear. Fear can push you to become a better person, but it also can push you to kill. It can push you to do heinous acts, bro. So we need to find ourselves this balance where we can see that how the world sees all this shit. They're like, oh, this person's a Christian, I'm a Muslim, fuck them. You know, they're like, oh, this person's white, they're black, fuck them. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, this dude's a fucking dude, I'm a girl, fuck them, bro. But it's like, bro, look at the other side. Look at it, dude. Not everything is bad. It's like, there's a lot of good in shit too, but everything's gonna have bad, bro. The truth, you know that there's bad in everything. You know that there's good in everything. And you know that there's not an absolute good. And I'm not an absolute good either. The shit I'm telling you, bro, is like, does not make me better. It doesn't make me to where I'm like, I've never sinned, bro. With no sin, cast the first stone. No one can cast that stone, bro. So it's like, I'm not saying it's only up to God to judge, because we have to have systems of different things. And there's certain levels of heinous acts that you can't like really come back from. I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. Take from this whatever you can or whatever you want. Just don't let fear control your life. Don't get so far-sighted and like one side, either looking in the past or the future or the present, and understand that like even bad things sometimes are for good reasons. But peace. I love you guys, and I'm wishing you further on this journey of becoming a better version of yourself, not just for you, but for the world in general. That's why I do this.